It's Monday, May 7th, and I'm your host, Paula Hersey. On today's show, advanced degrees through Cape Cod Community College partnerships, and we talk employment numbers with the Cape and Islands Workforce Development Director. Let's start with some news you can use. Back to the real Cape Cod spring today, partly sunny and 59 degrees. Grab a jacket, folks. Lows head back under 40 overnight. Still a little early for those tomato and basil plants. Best news, sunset 7:45 p.m., over 14 hours of daylight. Here's a construction update. Work at Bay Street Boat Ramp, a Department of Public Works contractor, is scheduled to perform work on the town landing at 240 Bay Street in Osterville from Monday, May 7th through Wednesday, May 9th. The work will involve cleaning and sealing cracks and joints in the concrete boat ramp. This will help to prolong the useful life of the boat ramp, which was constructed in 2017. The boat ramp will remain open during the work. The contractor's crew will temporarily cease work and move out of the way when boaters are launching or landing. In the interest of safety, please exercise caution when approaching the boat ramp during the course of this work. While conducting its search for the next chief of police, the town of Barnstable conducted an online survey to solicit the community's thoughts on issues facing the town and qualities and characteristics of the person selected to lead our police department. A total of 277 people responded to the survey between February 23rd and March 14th. As many of the questions asked for multiple responses, totals resulted in more than 100%. Results of the survey can be found online at www.townofbarnstable.us. Bachelor's and master's degrees are attainable right here on Cape Cod. Program Assistant Jana Piera for Advanced Studies joined us in the studio to explore the partnerships with Cape Cod Community College and colleges and universities over the bridge. And you don't actually have to go over the bridge. Advanced degrees on Cape Cod is a reality. With partnerships at Cape Cod Community College, there's several degrees that you can choose from. With me today is Jana Pereira from the Office of Advanced Studies. You're the program assistant there.
That's correct.
So you're going to tell folks how to get advanced degrees on Cape Cod. We have just this 4 seasons been that community college, but there's all sorts of other things that happen there. So give us an overview of what is the Office of Advanced Studies.
Okay, the Office of Advanced Studies is the coordinating center for students interested in continuing their education after earning their associate's degree. Cape Cod Community College partners with off-Cape institutions so students may earn a bachelor's or a master's without leaving Cape Cod.
Now, that's after the bridge work we just all experienced. That's actually a godsend for folks, is not having to leave. Plus, a lot of your students are older. They have families. There's lots of things that life interrupts in those degrees. So having the ability to stay right here on the Cape is really important to them. So what is the history? How did Cape Cod Community College actually come to have this particular office and build this program?
Back in the 90s, the Cape Cod Center for Graduate Education was formed. And the reason it was formed was really just to address that very need, you know, to encourage the provision of graduate level and degree programs on Cape Cod. And the Office of Advanced Studies came out of that to, you know, because you really need somebody just kind of running the day-to-day aspects of things. So the Office of Advanced Studies, you know, just oversees the everyday running of these programs.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the programs. There's several, some on the human services side, some within the healthcare side as well. So as we know here on the Cape, healthcare is one of those exploding career opportunities for folks to, you know, sustainable living wage, those types of things. So let's start with the healthcare one.
I think it's probably our best known program. I think it's a very valuable program. It's a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, an RN to BS. The program meets on Tuesday evenings, 5 to 9:30 p.m. It's expected that people are probably working or they have other obligations. And it meets during the school year for 5 semesters. Courses begin in January, and students graduate in May, 2.5 years later.
Okay, so when we talk about that program, who qualifies for something like that? Is it somebody coming out of a degree at the community college level going into the bachelor's?
That's right, and there's actually a special relationship between UMass Boston and Cape Cod Community College. So, all of these programs are really, all of these RN to BS programs are really, really good. I don't want to make it sound like this one is somehow better than others, but because of the relationship between 4Cs and UMass Boston, it's very easy for students who have received an RN through Cape Cod Community College to transfer to the UMass Boston program. And they can continue with their coursework on evenings, Tuesday evenings, just like they go to classes, for their associates.
So it's interesting because you can be a pinned RN coming out of Cape Cod Community College, but some of the healthcare facilities, like majorly the Cape Cod Hospital, really wants that Bachelor of Science RN, do they not?
They do, and I know, I know that's an issue. That it used to be, far easier to just have your RN. And there's actually, we get, besides the students who have just graduated, we do get a number of people that are returning. People that, they've been working in the nursing field for a while, and they just, in order to take it to the next level, they're going to have to get a Bachelor's of Science.
Right, that promotion level, that work up the ladder kind of thing, trying to get a department head job would require that bachelor's.
That's right.
Okay. So another degree that's over there is in social welfare?
That's right. There's a master's in clinical social work that's offered by Boston University. And again, it meets on a part-time basis. This one is on weekends. And it's assumed that you are working or you have other obligations. So so you know what you're doing for your Friday nights and Saturday mornings for the next, let's see, how long does it take? About, I want to say 3.5 years, and I'm just going to double check my notes quickly on that.
But that wouldn't be too bad, a 3.5-year master's without any bridge traffic.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly, that's exactly the idea.
Right. And again, going towards, your associates, then your bachelor's, that master's degree opens up so many other doors for folks for supervisory positions, Office for Children, all of those state positions really want that master's in that field, I think.
Yeah, and I think most of the people going, who are getting this degree are very aware of what it can do for them.
Great. And then the last degree?
And the last degree is offered through Lesley University. It's a master's in clinical mental health. And this is set up a little bit differently. Students meet once a month for a weekend intensive, and acquiring a degree takes about 3.5 years.
But that's really a doable schedule for folks that are immersed in their work already, raising families.
That's right.
Right. And again, coming back to getting that master's degree in this particular field, also very important to move up?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. So what else can you tell us about the office? How can people contact your office? Are they, are there other programs that might be coming down that you can offer out there?
There's nothing in the immediate future.
Okay.
I think you have to, it's tricky to set these things up because you have to get an interested school and you have to get a student, enough people who are interested in the program to make it worthwhile to offer.
So they can contact Cape Cod Community College, your office?
Absolutely. They can contact the Office of Advanced Studies. You can reach me at 508-375-4082.
Okay. anything they need to bring with them when they meet with you, or is it transcripts or anything like that? Or there?
No,
Okay.
I don't get involved with the advising side,
Okay.
and I don't get involved with admissions. You want to talk to the partner school about
Okay.
that. But I can tell you, when a program is being offered and when it meets, and I can give you some basic information to start you on your way.
Well, that's fantastic. We have some, let's see, our Bachelor's of Science. We have the Master's in Mental Health.
Yes, the master's in clinical mental
Mental
health
health?
and the master's in clinical social work.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for joining us, Jana.
Thank you for giving me a chance to talk about it.
Great. Good news. Cape Cod unemployment is down, and we haven't even hit the busy season yet. Bad news, unemployment is down, and finding labor on Cape Cod as the season ramps up is difficult. David Augustino, Executive Director of the Cape and Islands Workforce Development Board, explains. With me in studio today, David Augustino from the Cape and Islands Workforce Development Board. Welcome.
Good to see you, Paula. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, it is always a pleasure to see you as well, David. So I understand that the numbers are out for unemployment here on the Cape and Islands, and they're robust.
Robust is a good way to describe it. For March, our unemployment rate was 6.4%, which is down from 7.1% in February. And that's really a great number for us. I mean, you've been on the Workforce Development Board in the past, so you know that in the winter months our unemployment rate is often 8, 9, 10%. Right. So for us to be down 6.4, that's a really good sign for us. And it speaks to the general health of the economy. I think it's, right. In one way it's good, of course, because there are a lot of people working, there are a lot of people on the job. But of course, our employers are having a difficult time sourcing employees as we go forward.
Right, and this whole year-round employment piece of it is starting to kind of level out and has been, growing steadily. But now we're faced with those seasonal jobs that some of the folks that might not have found full-time employment now are out of the actual area, so they're already employed.
Yeah, I mean, there are a number of people who still live by kind of the old paradigm. They want to collect unemployment in the winter and they want to work hard in the summer, earn their money, and kind of cruise in the winter. That's more prevalent, of course, in the more seasonal areas that we have. So in the Outer Cape and the islands, that lifestyle is more to people's liking. But the fact is that we are much more of a year-round economy in most of the Cape than we ever have been, and I think the numbers bear that out. I mean, yeah, sure, the state is about 4% unemployment, so we're a couple of ticks above that, but still for a little Cape Cod, that's a pretty darn good rate.
It sure is. And also, talking about, unemployment and then employment, there's some new businesses, there's the creative economy. The Maker Faire just happened this past week. This is kind of one of those things that folks, they don't realize who's doing things here on the Cape, and you guys were a major sponsor this year.
Yeah, we were a major sponsor. We enjoy the opportunity to help people to realize their dreams, which is, and not everybody who's at the Maker Faire is looking to start a business or anything, but a lot of people are. And, we're looking to catch that lightning in the bottle, that one or two great ideas that could lead to company formation and a few jobs here and there. So we're happy to sponsor it. It also fits in a lot with what we do with young people on the Cape. As you know, we have our School to Careers program where we oversee some 300 to 400 internships on an annual basis. And, for a lot of those young people, they're looking for opportunities, not just to be in a business, but some of them are entrepreneurs. Some of them do want to start their own businesses. Right. So we just see the Maker Faire as an extension of what we're doing on a regular basis.
Excellent. And I think with the Maker Faire, what I've seen over the years is that it gives really literally the whole community an understanding of the innovation that's happening here, we're traditionally known as a seasonal type of economy, whereas you go to this Maker Faire and you're seeing marine robotics and
Yep.
you're seeing different types of growing businesses that kind of buck the trend of what our seasonal economy really is.
Absolutely. Last year for the Maker Faire, we bought robot kits for, I think, 10 schools. We got a grant to do that. And so we gave them those, and they built, they got into robotics and stuff like that. So, which is, I mean, that's pretty cutting edge stuff.
Right. And this is being taught in the schools, which is fantastic,
Yes.
so, they're getting real world skills, and then going out to the competitions at the Maker Faire gives them that extra boost to say, hey, you can do this.
Exactly, exactly. It's a great opportunity for us. And it's not all young people, oh, by the way.
Right.
But we tend to specialize in that area.
Excellent. Very strong youth council. So you've got some news. The state is on the move with some rebranding.
Yes.
Let's
Yes,
talk a
somewhat
little
to
bit
my
about it.
chagrin, but yeah, the state has invested significant funding to try to brand our entire workforce development system. And in some ways, I think that's a great idea, because if you go to local business people and you ask them about the Workforce Development Board or the Career Center, they, by and large, don't know that we exist.
Right.
We're part of a national network. There are 640 workforce boards across the country, and we're the best kept secret in America. So, so I applaud the state for trying to brand it, and their branding effort has come up with the tagline, mass hire is the what they're going to go by, and so they're going to force us to change our designation. It's going to be like mass hire Cape and Islands Workforce Board, something like that.
Okay.
So, and they did do extensive research and development. The company that they worked with was from out of state and had done this in Florida and I think Georgia or someplace else. So it's a full court press by the state to try to give some recognition to the system, and hopefully it'll take hold.
Right. It's not just unemployment. It's
Right.
other services that are out there for people that are underemployed, which is really what happens here on the Cape a lot, is that
Yep.
they're underemployed, and that the Career Center really does have a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, we do everything from we help people with job searches, obviously, and stuff like that. But we train people also. Matter of fact, we just raised our limit for training individuals up to $10,000. So the way the system works now is we have so people they enter at a certain point, and we don't really segment it like we used to. So now if someone needs training, we can get them to training pretty quickly.
Great.
And hopefully get them into a profession that's family sustaining wages is what we like to call it. And even if they start somewhere, we're always looking for opportunities that have potential. So we'll work with people, and even if, so someone might say, well, you're training CNAs. Well, yeah, we do train CNAs, but someone's in healthcare, the sky's the limit. You can be a CNA, you can become an LPN, and now all of a sudden you're making $50,000 a year, and you can live on Cape Cod.
Exactly, and there's 3 programs right out of Cape Cod Community College that will take you from that CNA right into RN.
Absolutely, and now they have an arrangement now where they're doing the BSN RNs, that's really what the industry is calling for now. The 2-year RNs now, the hospitals especially aren't using them too much, so Cape Cod Healthcare gave the college, I think, $1 million to strengthen their programs so that they can be producing those 4-year RNs. I think they have a relationship with UMass Boston.
Excellent. Well, it was really good to see you, and we look forward to having you back here once a month to give us an update on what's going on in Cape Cod unemployment-wise.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you, David.
Good to see you, Paula.
Here's a look at our community calendar. Financial exploitation, the crime of the 21st century. This is scheduled for Tuesday, May 8th, 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. at the Barnstable Senior Center. Attorney Marie Cloffer Director of the Consumer Assistance Council, will speak on this epidemic with a particular emphasis on mortgage relief scams. The event is free. Please RSVP. Call the Barnstable Senior Center at 508-862-4750. The Cotuit Center for the Arts presents Second Wednesday Theater, The Mooncusser's Tale, on May 9th. Cotuit Center for the Arts' Second Wednesday Theater will present a staged reading of The Mooncusser's Tale, a poetic ghost story directed and written by Lee Roscoe, on Wednesday, May 9th at 7:30 p.m. Admission is free. The Mooncusser's Tale is based on legends of the notorious Mooncusters, land-based pirates who haunted the shores of the Outer Cape in the days of the great sailing ships. Set in the 19th century, the tale revolves around the greed and betrayal that threatened the family of Captain Ephraim Bowers. Second Wednesday Theater is a monthly play reading series of rarely performed classics, undiscovered gems, and exciting new works. Admission is free and wine is available for a $5 glass. www.cotuitcenterforthearts.org. Cotuit Center for the Arts is located 4404 Falmouth Road, Cotuit, Mass. And here's a look at our meeting schedule. We hope you'll join us again Tuesday for our weekly check-in with the Barnstable Police Department, Senior Center Outreach, and a day out at Old Barnstable Fairgrounds Golf Course. Our visit to the golf course inspired this quote: "No other game combines the wonder of nature with the discipline of sport in such carefully planned ways. A great golf course both frees and challenges a golfer's mind." Tom Watson. I'm Paula Hersey, and thank you for watching Barnstable Today.